Raymond J. Johnson, the humanoid typhoon.
If he was trying to introduce himself in
Trigun.
what would his title?
His gung-ho gun.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Yeah, Raymond the Johnson.
Yeah. Well, Vash, you doesn't have to call me the Johnson.
Oh God.
I'm Raymond J. the Johnson,
the Johnson,
the 23rd gung-ho gun.
Raymond J. Johnson.
Now you can call me Ray.
Why is he the 20th?
Or you can call me J.
Uh-huh.
Or you can call me Ray J.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can call me RJJ.
Uh-huh.
Or you can call me Junie.
Uh-huh.
Or you can call me Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. I feel like I got pretty far.
But you don't gotta call me a murderer.
I feel like reciting the Raymond J. Johnson bit is the same as reciting the digits of pi. Like, it can go forever, and it just depends on how locked in you are.
Yeah, but there's always one way to do it correctly.
Yeah.
And if someone does it correctly, like, damn, I
Yeah.
can't verify that it's correct right now from my memory, but damn, that must be it.
Yeah, like they have Pi Day, where people have reciting pi contests. We should have Raymond J. Johnson Day, where you see how far you can go with that.
Would it be the day that the actor who plays Raymond J. Johnson,
Bill Saluga,
his anniversary on his death, you come in and you're like, well, we don't have to call him Ray, and we don't got to call him Jack.
Today we commemorate a great man. Now, what should we call that man, you might ask?
His entire family is like, why do we have to do this every year? He's a normal man. It's like, well, you see, you can call him normal, or you can call him average, or you can call him plain, or you can call him mid, but you don't got to call him... What is his name? Truly, we'll never know.
Brothers and sisters, let us meditate on the homily of Raymond J. Johnson Jr., the man who had many names, but one name he particularly did not care for. And let us consider what that means about identity and how one person may have many different names to many different people.
Amen.
Just like Vash the Stampede, who has one name to everyone, but it means different things to everyone who meets him.
Now, you can call him Vash, or you can call him Vash.
You can call him Vash.
Or you can call him
Vash the Stampede.
Excuse me? You don't got to call him Vash the Stampede.
Hey everyone, welcome to JoJo's World.
Good morning.
This is our Raymond J. Johnson recap and discussion podcast, where we occasionally talk about a little anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But today, we are recapping and discussing episodes 19 and 20 of Trigun.
The original 1998 anime. A perfect piece of media. A flawless show.
I don't think I'd say perfect, but it's pretty good.
You take those words back, Liam.
Nick, I've been watching maybe a perfect piece of media recently.
Go on.
It's called Pat Labor, or Pat Labor, The Early Days.
Patriotic labour.
Patrol Labor.
Patrol labour?
Yeah.
I have gravely misunderstood the themes of the show.
I've been watching this in concert with the Pat's Labor recap podcast done by the folks at Rogue.site, including Pat Gill, Clayton Ashley, and another guy whose name escapes me currently.
James Baxter.
I feel bad just saying two, so I'm going to double check that.
Famed critical animator who did Beauty and the Beast, I think maybe Anastasia, possibly The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but probably not now that I think about it. Definitely not Who Framed Roger Rabbit, etc. He's on this podcast with Pat.
Toussaint Egan.
Toussaint Egan.
Anyway, they talk about, episode by episode, Pat Labor. So far they've only done the first 5 episodes, but I assume they'll keep going through the movies and such. And they also talk about labour history.
Wait, if they go to the movies, doesn't it go from like Pat Labor, which is nice and fun, and then you got Pat Labor?
Well, this is what I'm about to talk about.
Oh.
I've seen 6 episodes of this 7-episode show so far, and the first episode is exactly what you'd expect. You meet the key characters, they have a micro adventure at the end of that, so you kind of learn what everyone's role in the greater team is.
Yeah.
Second episode is a pretty ordinary, mech police procedural office comedy. Pretty normal one of those.
Pretty normal when you got big hulking mechabots.
Where there's a lot of, as they say in the other podcast, hurry up and wait. Like the cops sitting around, like doing security detail and just waiting
But
to see if anything goes wrong, and then at the end of the episode, a short adventure happens.
Right.
Then episodes 3 and 4 are both kind of Halloween episodes. The first one it's like a Godzilla pastiche where a monster from the the deepest ocean is wreaking destruction. They have to try and figure out what it is and how to stop it. Then the fourth episode is after a hostage negotiation gone wrong, even though there are no fatalities, casualties, they're all sent back to training camp to learn about gun safety. And then the commanders all orchestrate an elaborate Scooby-Doo style ruse involving fake ghosts to teach them a lesson about using guns responsibly.
Well, isn't that the episode that you were telling me about?
It's phenomenal. You gotta watch it.
He's so keen on using his gun, and the one chance he gets to use it, he's like, hey, this is pretty great. And then he gets chewed out, because it's like, you can't just shoot.
Yeah, there's a
your
lot
gun.
of that in this show.
Yeah.
At the start of the Godzilla episode, the engineers have basically built from a pile of scraps a mech-sized shotgun, and they're testing it at targets over, a target over the river or bay or whatever that adjoins their base. And they fire it, and it's huge and explodes. They all love it.
Yeah.
And then the commander is immediately like, well, we can't use it. It's too expensive.
Yeah. There's one thing mech pilots want, and it's fucking disgusting.
This show is always undercutting the awesomeness, deliberately undercutting the awesomeness of having a giant robot with being like, yeah, but we're public servants, so we can't just do that.
This is gonna maybe be an insulting question. Do you feel represented or seen by this show?
No, because I'm not a cop.
Ah, okay. You're not some fucking pig.
Yeah.
You're not...
Anyway, and then episodes 5 and 6 are a tense political conspiracy about an attempted coup by the Japanese Defense Force.
Also, it is like the movie then.
Yeah, well, 2 episodes are.
Oh, okay, sure. What the fuck?
It's just such a pivot to have a 7-episode show. 2 episodes are basically Scooby-Doo gags.
Yeah.
And then immediate hard pivot into the military institutions cannot be trusted.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think
What happens when the police and the military are at odds about the future direction of the country?
Yeah, well, I think
And also there's mechs.
I think the whole premise of the second movie is that there's a ghost threat that they keep being like, oh, there's someone who's about to bomb the city, and then nothing happens, and they're like, we should instigate a coup because we're the military and we know what would be best for this country. And it's like, but Pat Labor was about having fun mech office comedy bits. What is this?
Cool show. Recommend it. Anyway.
Liam.
Nick.
Boy, oh boy, have I got...
Boy, oh boy.
Have I got a thing
Now
for you.
this is pod racing. Now this is podcasting.
Liam, you noticed something.
I noticed something.
You noticed something.
I noticed things.
And it's not the
I
thing...
see things other people don't.
It's not the thing that you think that I'm talking about. I'm going to put it that way.
I don't think you're talking about anything. I never do.
Liam, you got quite enthusiastic when the new Trigun trailer...
Oh, Dragon Stardust.
Stardust?
Stargaze?
Stargaze!
Stargaze Crusaders.
Hi, I'm Stargaze. You got quite keen upon seeing the designs.
I was looking at New Millie and New Meryl.
Yes. And
Nick is frantically scrolling through our social Discord trying to find some posts he can rub in my face about them, I'm sure.
Correct. Because
I liked the design of New Millie. She looked happy and like she was having a good time. And also sleek and modern.
so new and friendly and happy. New Millie Thompson looks enormously breasted and
Well, I didn't see that.
well armed, but we don't get
She's
a
got
good
her
shot of
trademark stun gun strapped to her back. She's wearing a white office shirt with a red tie and green combat pants.
Yeah, and then Meryl, little old Meryl, has got big baggy pants.
Yeah, I like New Meryl's design. It is a stark departure from her traveling cape that is the bulk of her silhouette in this show. She's got kind of like a pilot's jacket on, I might almost call it.
Yeah.
Or a motorcycle jacket, white, and then with blue pants.
It's way more sci-fi than...
The goggles are a nice touch, I think.
Yeah, well, it's got like the classic steampunk goggles.
You got all
on.
the dust of the desert.
Exactly. And she's always moving forward, so she needs to protect her eyes. Not like Millie. Millie ain't got no glasses to speak of.
Well, she's clear-sighted, unlike everyone else in the show, who in this variant will be wearing glasses.
Of course.
Wolfwood, Vash, Meryl. Those are the main characters.
Every character wears glasses to hide their moral impurity. And then there's Millie.
Yeah. Why? What do you want to? What point are you driving towards?
Well, you said to mention this on the podcast, so I am now mentioning it on the podcast, and I think you just thought that Millie looked happy.
I don't think I said to mention this on the podcast.
Well, I'm mentioning it on the podcast because
Okay.
I don't like the new Trigun.
But you haven't seen this one yet.
Not yet, but this is the second season of the new one.
Oh, I just thought it was general new.
No.
Then why do they all have new designs?
Because it's probably a time skip.
So we might have black-haired Vash, as you alluded to last time.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I don't like this new Trigun that they're doing. I don't like the kids doing
Nick
that.
feels like when they make a new version of something, it erases the old version that he likes and takes it away from him.
Well, it does. This is replacing old Trigun everywhere. All the kids are going to be like, I like Millie's green pants. And I'll be like, you know nothing of Millie's pants.
You know nothing
Where
of
are
Millie.
Where are the suspenders, Liam?
Speaking of Millie's design,
Yeah.
the greatest failure of our podcast to date is that when we were talking extensively last episode about Vash the Stampede adopting the persona of Eric's and what he looks like, and the fact that he was hanging out with a little girl who looked just like Meryl, we entirely failed to acknowledge that Vash's long hair and
White shirt,
suspenders,
brown
long
pants.
pants, was basically an exact duplicate of Millie's design.
When you decide to isolate yourself from society, you need to pick who you want to be by dressing how you want to dress.
Well,
like them.
fact of the matter is, everyone in this show likes Millie more than everyone else.
Yes. But Millie is also great.
Yeah.
Like, we like Millie
I don't want to
more
be
than
Vash
everyone
the
else.
Stampede anymore. Who do I want to be? Millie.
I can adopt a new persona. What's Millie backwards? Eric's.
That's right. That's cool. Look, yeah, I don't have a deeper point to drive out there. I just think it's a nice... Obviously, the design parallels of them are very fun, and I think it's an interesting move by Vash to go that way.
But did you know, Liam, that Rem is actually Jesus?
So, okay, yeah, what a smooth segue, Nick, to the other point that
I'm a king.
I think we addressed the subtext of this last time, but we never got it explicitly on the record, so I feel like it's worth circling back to. We obviously talked about how
The T-pose.
the strong Christian ethos of Rem, how it is at a late date infusing this show to such a intense degree.
Yep.
And we discuss Rem repeatedly Christ posing while trying to interpose herself between those who would do harm to others.
Yep.
But we didn't explicitly address the fact that, like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ,
Who we're all about.
That's
here.
right. This is a Christian podcast.
I'm really into the Jews? I don't know.
Well, of course, strange thing to say. Well, of course, you know, one of the greatest opponents of the vampire menace is
the
God.
Christian and
God.
the
So,
cross and holy
Given
water
that
and
JoJo's World is first and foremost about opposing,
vampires.
then we simply must be on the side of God. Let me circle back to that in a sec. We didn't explicitly, you know, talk about the fact that, like Jesus, Rem sacrifices herself to save all of humanity. So that just really drives that parallel home.
And her last name is Savior Rem.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's my beef. My beef about two specific shows, but they're far from the lone example.
Okay.
Shows that want to pull on concepts or iconography from Christian or adjacent religions with
Evangelion.
vis-a-vis hell,
Yep.
demons, its angels, etc.
Yep.
Being too cowardly to say, and also this is about Christian God. I'm talking about Has Been Hotel. I'm talking about Castlevania.
Yep.
I'm talking about potentially Supernatural. I never got too far into that.
Does Supernatural ever say
Angels show up? I don't know if
they
God
do.
is explicitly addressed.
And like death shows up as well?
But like in that Has Been Hotel show, there's all this stuff about like how all the souls are sent to hell, and they're down there forever unless, you know, the plot of the show can find a way around that. And then there's the angels up in heaven, and there's the vaguest of vague possible allusions to some sort of creator.
Yep.
But they I think deliberately stop short of saying, and of course the Christian God is responsible for all of this.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's cowardly.
Would you say The Good Place does
The Good
not
Place,
fall under
I think
this?
that falls into that.
You think it does? Okay. Is it because it's still
Because
like...
there's still the demons, there's still heaven.
Yeah.
Of course, they pay lip service to like this
Michael,
isn't really like any of your Earth religions. They're
yeah.
all, but then the setup from that point on is just heaven and hell.
Yeah, but what about the middle
Even
place?
if the whole system is broken. We don't need to get into that level of granularity
That's just...
because it was only one person sent there ever.
Yeah. It was an edge case, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's my beef.
Okay, what about Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII?
Shut the fuck up. No, look, I got a couple more things I want to get to.
Oh my god, you have a literal list!
These couple of episodes.
You came prepared. Trigun makes you think.
I was thinking about Vash's arms between episodes. Vash the Stampede.
I don't have to do it.
Are you familiar?
Vash's arms.
Are you familiar with Vash the Stampede?
Vash the Stem... Is he some kind of like cyclone?
We've spoken at length
Yeah.
about his two arms. The angel arm that he has his Death Star cannon in.
Yep, which is his real arm.
Yep, and his cybernetic gun arm.
Yep, which has been made for him because his one got shot up.
I don't have
by knives.
I don't have a strong conclusion to this line of thought yet. Maybe I'll be able to develop something after I've seen the whole show. But I think it's very interesting that after Vash's arm was shot off, his presumably organic or as close to organic as whatever the rest of him is arm, he replaced it with basically a like crude facsimile of his angel arm by getting a mundane firearm inserted there.
Wait, are you talking about because he got his arm shot off?
Yeah, and then he replaced it with the robot arm, which turns into a gun.
Yeah.
Much like how his quote-unquote organic arm turns
into a gun.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Do you think maybe, and this is not to undercut your point, but do you think maybe that Yasuhiro Naito designed a guy with a gun in his arm because it looked cool, more so than to send a message?
Well, I think the intent is irrelevant. The parallel is there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But do you think maybe he has one gun that's like he holds, another gun
that's in his
that's
organic
in his
arm, and a third gun that he's
his mind.
Yeah, that's right.
See, the real gun...
So the Trigun, we've figured it out. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
You've finally gotten there.
The Trinity,
You've
the
finally
gun.
got there. I didn't want to say anything about this the whole time we've been doing this.
Look, I don't want to give too much away.
The
Trigun is so much more the perfect show to precede Steel Ball Run than I ever could have guessed. And the Christianity stuff is crucial there.
What? How the fuck is... Okay, sure. So you're telling me that by pure coincidence...
This was the perfect pre-Steel Ball Run show.
But like... Wait, how much Christian shit is in Steel Ball Run?
More than you could ever imagine.
I guess it's Wild West, so like, you got churches and all that, and it's just like starting to take off over there in terms of...
It's just starting to take off over there.
You got your chapel, you got your There Will Be Blood motherfuckers over there, Oh, okay. Well, Trigun.
To the extent, it's the perfect show to precede Steel Ball Run. To the extent my whole plan has been scuttled. I have no idea where we should go after this. I think we've just got to do the big O.
Yeah, I mean, we got it, right? Like,
Okay.
that's it.
Anyway, because we'll never do a new show that people are actually interested in hearing about.
We won't ever take on our patrons' advice to be like, you could just do this show and be like, but
we're going to do Beast Wars instead.
I would absolutely watch every single Transformers film as part of this podcast. But we'll never do it. Or will we?
So gun arm, angel arm,
Yep.
the mundane big gun that he holds, the Trigun.
The gun, and the gun. Which
He
is
the man with 3 guns. I've been saying it all along.
I hate that you keep saying it and that it is true, but it's not quite right. It's more about, what if you had a Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but it was a gun, a handgun, and then an angel gun?
Wolfwood is also the man with 3 guns.
Although
He's got like 5 handguns in that top
per
compartment.
arm,
Doesn't he?
yeah. Probably more given, how frequently he just discards them. He's probably got 50 guns just lined in there. Just on like a rotating thing.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We've gone for long enough. We should talk about what these 2 episodes are.
Yes.
So, the first one, entitled...
Where was the cat, Liam?
Fuck
You keep forgetting the most important question.
Episode 1, by which I mean episode 19.
Episode Hang
Okay,
Fire.
I'm going to go back to the first episode.
Okay, where was the cat?
No, episode 19,
Yeah.
Hang 5.
Hang Fire.
Hang Fire.
Hang Fire, my dude.
Wolfwood and Vash are eating a big, delicious plate of red spaghetti. Wolfwood looks away. He looks back. Vash is gone. The cat is there.
What's the joke that Wolfwood makes?
I was like, I always suspected you weren't human, but I never suspected you were in fact a cat. It's not really a joke.
Very good. Now, where is the cat in flying shit?
What happened? Someone looked under something. Mm-hmm. The girls looked under the bed.
Yep.
And because they thought as we'll get into this, they thought they had snuck a tracker into Vash's food/body. Mm-hmm. But in fact, he had just left it under the bed. They looked under the bed. 2 cats were down there.
Meow, meow. They're eating.
Okay,
Vash's breakfast.
Now, what technicality do you have to catch me on here?
I have none. You finally did it. You've actually satisfied my...
Charlie, you did it! You won!
Now
I'm leaving my podcast to you.
Now, come with me. You're going to get turned into a Trigun.
That's right.
And then we're going to watch Steel Ball Run. We have no more use of the cat question, but I will continue asking.
Okay.
Because now you've noted one of the most important parts of this. The cat is the Holy Spirit in this Trigun Trinity.
So, Hang Fire.
So we got Hang Fire, yeah.
It's Vash and Wolfwood having hit the road again after the conclusion of last episode. Mm-hmm. They get scooped up in a bit of trouble because there's 2 feuding gangs in this town they're coming into.
Yeah, the Polos and the Freeze.
Yeah, and basically the Freeze hijack another one of those big desert steamers, crash it into
a satellite.
The town, like the satellite facility in the town, and they're going to take the Slater Polo, the only Polo left in town. They're going to kill him in revenge for their dead daughter. Yep. And it turns into, an armed standoff, and Vash and Wolfwood, especially Vash, end up in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. The girls also roll into town and reunite with Vash because they've been redeployed for reasons we don't really get into.
Yeah, it's their job.
Yep. Second episode, episode 20, Flying Ship. Mm-hmm. Vash...
What could possibly be in this episode?
Goes to one of the seed ships that has not quite crashed and has remained in a sort of low orbit.
Yeah, you could call it flying.
Yep. Where there is a Fallout Vault-style civilization who are apart from the trials and tribulations of the Earth below.
Yeah.
They've been sort of raptured, kind of. While strife hits the Earth below, they are apart from that.
They're
held aloft by God.
Yeah. The seeds.
Yeah. And then he goes there and their lives are ruined because Leonov, the puppet master, is like, I'm going to fuck you all up. And also there's 2 more gung-ho guns here. Cliffhanger.
But who could it possibly be?
We're getting to that.
Yeah.
That's really it. Vash gets a replacement robot arm and he gets his red coat back.
What does red represent? Sorry, what does the flower that we
talked about that last time. The red geranium.
Yeah. But what does it actually represent?
We open.
Hang Fire.
Hang Fire.
It's Tuesday. Yeah, so this app opens in a weird way in that I think it's on Meryl dreaming about the 5th moon incident?
Flashback to the 5th moon incident from Meryl's perspective. The bee laser hitting the sky, and then it wakes up. She's been sleeping on her insurance desk, and the office villain, Karen, is there.
Fucking Karen.
She speaks with like a Valley Girl drawl.
I can't believe that you thought that you were going to get up and head in this career.
When you loaf in style. Neither of us are doing the right accent.
No, I think I
think it's a hard one for Australians to do, to be honest. Sort of Valley Girl drawl.
Well, it's sort of like a Silicon Valley...
Yeah.
Like...
Inland California.
Yeah, some like rich bitch, She's all like, well, I'm so sad for you.
Basically, all the co-workers are gathering around Meryl's desk being like, wow, I do have trauma from witnessing the 5th moon incident. And she's like, well, Vash isn't actually that bad. And they're like, oh, shut up.
You got traumatized and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
And she's like, but he's nice.
There was some danger involved, but you know what? Despite his frightening and awful reputation, Vash turned out to be more of a regular guy than you would have thought.
Reality check, Meryl. The attitude of yours gets all the oddball jobs, working with dangerous slime. It's great that you're so competent and willing, but if you keep risking your life out there, I'm afraid there's no way you'll ever achieve womanly happiness.
Excuse me, is this social time, ladies and gentlemen?
The boss shows up and they all scram in fear, and then Meryl is called back into the back room.
Classic
An
Pat labor.
off-screen conversation happens. Mm-hmm. What?
A classic Pat labor. The boss comes in, they're like, ooh, and then they run off.
Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of that.
Yeah. So Meryl's put back on duty.
Yeah, we don't know why, but after having been recalled 2 episodes ago, she is redeployed.
Yep.
Do we ever get an answer about that?
No, I don't know.
Fuck you.
I actually can't remember. I don't think we do, but it's just, she's back out.
And there's a nice scene. She's gone looking for Millie. She's come into the locker room, and Millie is outside on a window washing apparatus, having been forced to clean all the building's windows for being late 20 times in a row. Classic Millie.
She is completely in a uniform with, like, you know, bandana and, like, apron and stuff. Just cleaning a window.
And Meryl is galvanized by being able to go back into the field. She's the happiest we've ever seen her.
She wants to see Vash, but she'll never let anyone know.
Yeah.
And she's like, literally being like, that dumb doofus.
Yeah.
I bet he's just gotten into trouble. And then we see in the mirror, she's
Yeah,
smiling.
she opens her locker. It's got her traveling cloak in there. It's got her pink suitcase we've seen so many times. And there's a bunch of boxes right up the top that I can only assume are full of her small guns. And then she does some classic cranky grumpy.
Yeah.
Meryl being like, oh, that Vash the Stampede, he makes me so furious. If he was still alive, he could have at least let us know. And we see in the mirror hanging on her locker door, she is in fact grinning happily.
We cut.
Yeah, they redeploy. I didn't understand this line. She's shouting to Karen, who's watching from the office window. Meryl is. I'll bring you back an Epippy bag.
Epippy bag?
E-P-I-P-Y.
Meryl! I'll bring you back an AAP bag as a souvenir. See you later, Karen!
Oh well, it's no use. There she goes again. I suppose there's just some girls who need to risk their lives.
Epippy bag.
It's like a show bag. I'll bring you back a birdie beetle.
I'll bring you back a Chuck E. Cheese.
EpiPen case.
An EpiPen bag. No, I want an EPP. A Louis Vuitton women's Epitoiletterie pouch. She goes on a holiday, she brings back a pouch. Yeah, I got no idea what the fuck this is.
Who could say?
I think it's like, I'll bring you back a fashionable tote bag.
And we are in the area of the planet where everything is
with you.
named after American cities.
Yep.
We've got Neo Portland.
Neo Portland? Isn't it Neo Orlando?
Or Oregon or something.
Neo Oregon? Neo...
We'll get to it when it shows up.
Yeah.
Kansas. Wolfwood and Vash are bickering whether they should go to Kansas or
New Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After in the backseat of a guy's truck who found them dying in the desert once again. These boys cannot catch a break.
And they're bickering about, like, hey, stop hogging all the water.
These two boys, they are the best friends either will ever have, but they just can't get along because they're too alike.
They are the same person, and yet with such different ideals. So they're bickering with each other, and the guy who's driving the truck is like...
Shut the fuck up!
And they're like, we're so sorry, sir. We're so sorry.
Please don't leave us to die in the desert.
And then it's like, where are you two going anyway?
Yeah. One of them wants to go to Kansas, the other wants to go to New Oregon. Wolfwood obviously wants to take Vash to investigate the disappearances. Vash just says, I want to go to New Oregon.
And it's like, why do you want to go to New Oregon? It's like, why? I'd want to go to New Oregon.
But then we get to Little Jersey, which is where everything takes place.
Yep. Sweet little Jersey.
Long and short of it is the guys just get into town because that's where their driver was stopping them.
Yep.
The girls also end up there because classic Millie. She heard over the radio.
The blower.
Yep. The satellite communication system, which is apparently maintained here.
That's the Aussie slang for radio. The satellite communication
That's
system.
right. The Sado.
The Sado.
That there's a typhoon blowing into town. Now
Jacqueline.
Yeah, Jacqueline or Jocelyn or whatever.
Typhoon Jacqueline.
Yeah. Classic airhead Millie hears the typhoon is coming and makes the assumption Vash the Stampede, the humanoid typhoon, is coming to town. There is in fact an actual severe weather event coming that is blowing for the remainder of these
3,000
picks up at the end of
yards
this
a second or
episode
something.
and is blowing for the subsequent episode. And everyone is wary of it in this episode. It's sort of looming over
The backdrop.
the backdrop of the gang plot.
So where'd you get your information, Millie?
Over the satellite, everyone's talking about it. The report said that he's headed for New Oregon at a speed of 3,000 yards an hour. Isn't that incredible? He can move really fast.
That's a little more information than I needed.
Yeah, I know. And one of the locals was even running around telling everyone to be careful.
But she's so excited, and she's like, we're going to get that typhoon so good, and he's over this way?
Yeah. There's a good comedy bit where they're in another town. I think this is Little Jersey, actually.
Yeah.
Where there's like a wanted poster of Vash crying and eating fistfuls of donuts. A little cartoon caricature of him.
And it's like, Meryl's like, Yep, that humanoid typhoon was here, all right. And the guy's like, no, this is him. He was just crying all the time and eating donuts.
The one and only humanoid typhoon. He carries the dubious title of mankind's first localized human disaster.
That's ridiculous. When I saw him, he was weeping and eating piles of donuts at the same time, just like this.
Donuts are his favorite food.
It's really him? I can't believe it. This nutcase is actually the legendary gunman?
Donuts are very plot important.
That's right. So Millie comes over and says, I heard that he's heading for New Oregon at 3,000 yards an hour. Wow, he's so fast, isn't he, Meryl? They take that in stride. And look, I don't think we need to beat by beat their plot, because this is kind of the most significant
don't have
part
much of a plot.
They take a second-class desert steamer.
Which just so happens to be the one that smashes into the satellite.
That's right, because they're like, wow, it's so glad we could take second class this time. Remember last time when we got kidnapped by bandits when we were on one of these? They immediately get kidnapped by bandits. The bandits who are attacking the Freeze family. And it smashes into the satellite facility, and then they are... okay, we've got to talk about the feet thing in this episode.
What about the feet thing?
So,
There's nothing wrong with this
the
bit.
girls are in their pajamas. They were doing their teeth when they were taken hostage and tied up.
To not become hostages anymore.
They're to break out.
Yep.
First, Meryl, there's like one lead, more sympathetic bandit.
Yep. And that's the guy who we'll meet later.
Yeah, whose daughter was killed.
Yeah.
Who wants revenge for that.
But the one bandit who's in this room with Meryl, Millie, and the other hostages, he's got some crazy glasses, a top hat, and a gun.
Yeah.
And he is a real stooge.
He gives them some exposition about, like,
These families have been at each other's necks for decades.
and now that they killed one of our daughters, we're going to show them what's what, blah, blah, blah.
Yeehaw!
Meryl's like, yeah, whatever. Kicks him in the crotch.
Yep.
Millie
He backs up.
Yeah, Millie kicks her suitcase,
Uh-huh.
which flies halfway across the room over the guy's head,
Yeah.
hits the ground on the corner, cracks open. Her huge gun
Pops out.
slowly flies through the air, tracing the arc back.
Yeah, because when it lands, the suitcase lands,
Yep.
pops open, the gun falls over onto the back, like, trigger bit, bounces back up.
Yeah, just like reality and gravity works.
Yeah, and it's all like, badoink.
It happens so slowly and awkwardly.
Yeah, well, you gotta know you gotta be like, oh, so it pops
Then
down the back.
Meryl catches it in her delicious, lovingly rendered bare feet,
Yeah,
fires at the stun gun at the guy.
yeah. Well, you gotta know which toe gets the trigger, you know?
Real feet guy episode, this.
It's one bit.
And then I can only assume that Millie effortlessly flexes her biceps and snaps the bands around her, and that's how they escape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that there's no gunman, they can just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They can have a little party.
But
invite
then
everyone?
really all they do is we get the shot of them from the OP where we see them both running, carrying their guns,
Yeah.
moving through the steamer, and then they show up just in time for the climax to resolve itself.
Yep. The gang.
Look, we may as well just address what happens to them in the second episode now too, which is that
They're staying in a hotel.
they have
With Vash.
They've hooked back up with Vash.
Well,
They're-
Mel hasn't hooked up
Shut
with
up.
them.
There is a moment where they're looking out the window at
The typhoon.
Wow, it's so strong. Then their Thomases are immediately blown through the window, smashing into them. We hard cut away. We hard cut to them riding their Thomases through the inn they're staying in, opening Vash's door, coming in, riding their Thomases,
Yeah.
which, for those of you who don't watch the show, are basically horse-sized.
But, like, you know, you would do that if you're like, well, my Thomas is here, I may as well ride him.
And there's a note that Vash has left behind.
Don't look for me.
I thought this would happen, says Millie. So I snuck a tracking device into his food this morning.
And they pull
They
out
get
their
out like
little...
the dragon radar from Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. And they start looking at the little dot, and it's under the bed.
Yeah, they slowly follow it. Great work, Millie. You're so resourceful. That's right. The chief gave it to me because I always fuck up.
That's not something to brag about.
Then it's under the bed. He's gone. They spend the rest of the episode desperately clinging on to things while being blown by the typhoon.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
Like, they're like screaming.
I
They're
thought
like,
it
no.
was a strange move. Like, we'll see how it plays out in the next couple of episodes. A strange move to bring the girls back and then immediately sideline them harder than they've ever been sidelined before.
That's them, all right.
Yep.
Yep.
Again, another strange move, and this is something we'll dig into when we get to this in the recap.
Yeah.
But to bring Wolfwood back last episode,
Uh-huh.
have him say, at the end of this episode, well, Vash, it's been real, see ya.
Yeah.
Then next episode, have him immediately be like, Vash, I'm back.
Yeah. He never left. He
Yeah.
just left.
Well, I thought perhaps after hearing Vash crying, please don't kill him, as we'll get into in this recap,
Yeah.
in this episode, he was like, I can't subject Vash to this anymore because he is ultimately a gentle soul.
Yeah.
Remorse. But then also seeing him going out into the typhoon, being like, I gotta see what this motherfucker's up to.
And then just being like, you're gonna jump off a cliff, weren't you?
Yeah.
Goddamn. Well, I'm gonna follow you off the cliff.
We do like Wolfwood. So anyway.
The actual plot.
Yeah. There's one lead bandit.
He is a skinny motherfucker.
He's got long white hair, a black cowboy cap. He looks like
A man trying to
If you
hide his
put-
features.
Saruman and Sam Elliott in a blender.
Who's Sam Elliott?
He's we've talked about Sam Elliott many times on this podcast.
And yet, I don't remember.
He's in a lot of westerns. He's got a long white mustache, deep voice. He played like the opposite world Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec.
Oh, the one who's like a vegetarian vegan
Yeah.
guy? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. He's a Saruman Sam Elliott, and
Saruman Elliott.
he's wearing like big jacket, like old school, like cowboy jacket. He's clearly trying to hide his features because we know what's going on.
Well, it turns out he's a puppet. Like, there's no sense beating around the bush.
Not
He's
a
a human puppet.
Yeah, not a metaphorical like, oh, the strings are being pulled. A very literal, we have to pull his strings to make him move.
Yeah, with my Don Quixote Doflamingo-esque superpowers.
So Leonov, the puppet master, is puppeteering this whole thing to make things happen the whole time.
There is a good scene where I alluded to it in the What's the Cat question segment. The famous cat section.
The cat.
Where Vash and Wolfwood have gone to a restaurant together and they've gotten one big plate of red spaghetti noodles between them. And as they are talking, they are both... It's the same dynamic as when they both wanted to hook up with that mum. They are both
Yes.
getting their forks and twirling up as much spaghetti as they can, trying to get the fair share from the other.
And Wolfwood is like, hey, who's paying for all this? And Vash is like, well, you are, of course.
Of course.
He's like, wait, hold the fuck on.
And then at the end of the scene, after Vash has left, Wolfwood's like, hey, will you put it on my tab? And the guy's like, no.
No dice.
um,
So they're talking about
but,
how...
of course, we are cruelly denied the opportunity to have them both start supping on the same long spaghetti noodle and then kiss.
Because Wolfwood is saying, hey, the Polos and the Freeze, they've got this feud that's been for decades. One recently killed another one's daughter. And Vash starts crying. And he's like,
so
we have
beautiful,
to do
it's so
something
sad.
about this.
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
Yeah. And they don't kiss as much as we know they want to.
You know there's fan art of that. You know there's fan.
absolutely.
There's so much fan art of it happening. It's the only fan art for this show.
Is that so? I would
mean-
believe it.
I mean, look, it's probably...
There's gotta be some good Meryl art out
Yeah.
there. She's spunky.
Well, no, if you're gonna be like, oh, I want these two gay himbos to get together, put it in a show that is extremely Christian themed.
That's right.
Yeah. Did I tell you, I read very briefly it was like Trigun through a Christian's eyes. And it was a guy who was like,
I'm so upset you haven't prepared excerpts of this for the podcast.
well, I started reading it and went, oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a lot.
No, it's more just like, it's the most shallow possible reading that we've already done.
Okay.
Just by looking at it and being like,
Wolfwood carries a cross, a
Yeah.
symbol of Christianity.
and yet, he's not that Christian. And you're like, yeah, what else? And then it goes to the next chapter. He's like, did you know that Meryl is cool? And I'm like, what is being said?
So true.
It's very weird, very strange. But that's all. That's all I had to say on that matter. Maybe next time I'll bring in...
Yeah.
And then I'll just show you what I mean. Because it was like, it's fine, but it's also like, okay. I don't think you quite got the message of the show, though, buddy. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
Vash goes to the offices of... God, what's his fucking name?
The Stellan Skarsgård looking motherfucker.
Well, before that, he goes to the bad guy the quote-unquote bad guy that all the banditos want to kill in revenge.
Oh, who's reading the comic and being all like,
Yeah.
oh, I
And
don't care.
Vash is here to see an old friend that the guy knows, Max Simon, who we know Vash is 130 years old now.
Yep.
In his previous legends, he has been through this town and had a positive encounter with Max.
Yeah. And
when-
everyone has then been like, Vash the Stand? Who the fuck is that
and
guy?
the Slater Free, that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
He has on his desk Max Simon's Oregon City Derby Thomas Riding Championship.
Trophy?
Yeah.
Plaque?
Pluck, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it all comes back to Steel Ball Run.
What do you mean?
The horse race.
Oh, the Thomas race.
The Thomas is a
I see.
horse.
I thought you were like, it all comes back to Steel Ball Run because it's made of steel. Like, what? No, but if there's a big horse race, big Thomas race, of course, it's the same show.
It's the same show.
Literally.
Put Millie in Steel Ball Run.
Well, that's the thing. She's already there. You just didn't notice it yet. You hadn't seen Trigun yet.
I will say, I feel like this show does do better with its women characters than JoJo's, as a rule.
Well, I mean,
Stone Ocean aside.
yeah, I mean, they're allowed to have fun, but
Well, I mean,
also...
they're not allowed to do things. They're not allowed to win and affect the plot.
No, but they are also not completely incapable and just saved all the time. It's like they are clearly capable people saving themselves. It's just that there's this conflict going on that's a whole level above what they have to deal with, and being actively told, don't follow me, you'll die. You'll die, man.
Like, without getting into the nitty-gritty of how everything goes down beat by beat, what happens is, after the sand steamer crashes into the town, the situation is Wolfwood basically just takes a passive observer role. He is in the crowd outside that's gathered to look at the crash. He's smoking and listening to everything that's going down and being like, wow, I sure am forming opinions about everyone in there.
He's eating pasta with chopsticks?
Oh yeah, he showed. I don't think he's got the pasta anymore. I think he's stopped off for a second meal and got himself like some ramen noodles or something.
Well, I thought he was already eating it when he was under the woman's dress.
Yeah, I think that was like some ramen or something.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because it wasn't those bright red noodles.
No, you're right. So maybe he just bought a second meal
Yeah.
to be like, I'm not paying for this one. I'm
He's
paying for a
eaten
different
for two.
one. Yeah. Well, you know, there's fan art of
Yeah,
that.
mpreg Wolfwood.
No, stop! Everyone, stop it!
Meryl and Millie, as we said earlier, are inside the steamer, but they don't really do anything. They run around with their guns a little bit after doing that feat thing.
They know where to go, but it takes a while to get there.
Vash was meeting with Max Simon, who is associated with the Freeze family, but it's not really clear to what degree. He's like kind of washed up in their opinion.
Yeah. Is he like, I thought the idea of him is like he's working for them and he's like the weather guy or
Oh,
something.
because they've got the radio satellite thing.
Yeah. So he's the guy who like does all the actual calcs for the weather.
It's possible, yeah.
But maybe because the Freeze family owns the satellite, maybe? Because like, you know, the family might be...
Yeah, look,
wealthy, I don't know.
There's like a broad picture painted, but it doesn't really go into the...
Yeah.
It's enough to give you the tone of what all these people's roles are.
The key thing of any Trigun ep is that some things matter and other things don't.
And so Vash and this guy, Max, are basically doing what Vash and the boy did in the previous Sandstein episode, moving through, dispatching armed goons.
But this time, they're not antagonistic towards each other. They're
That's
in
right.
fact completely on the same page.
And Max is like, wow, you're still doing things this way, huh?
And he's like, well, I don't want to hurt anyone.
Exactly, and...
Vash, amazing. Are you still doing things this way?
Yeah?
What the hell?
Are you a polo bodyguard? No, I'm not.
If you have a death wish, gentlemen, try to take us down. But before you do, you should know that this man is Vash, the Stampede.
What'd you say? Oh, come on, Max.
Can you at least act the part? They'll chicken out and run away and we won't have to fight them.
Do you really think so?
I think there are effective allusions to a shared past here without needing to spell it out.
Yeah.
And given what we've seen of Vash, throughout his life in this show, it just needs to gesture towards him. We understand exactly what their history is.
There's such a good bit where it's like, two guys show up and like, hey, who are you? And he's like, don't you know? This is Vash the Stampede. And Vash immediately is like, oh, you don't have to.
Vash hates his brand.
Yeah.
Call me Eric's.
Just call me Millie the Happy Go-Getter.
Yeah.
Millie the Calm Breeze.
In The Irresponsible Captain Tyler,
Yeah.
the show about the slacker military guy who gets put in command of a ship in the interplanetary war, which we've talked about previously.
Sure.
The ship that he is assigned to captain is called the Soyokaze, which I believe translates to something like the Gentle Breeze.
Ooh. I wouldn't mind being on that ship. I wouldn't mind being able to float on a literal gentle breeze, because then I wouldn't have to walk. You know what I mean?
Long story short,
Vash
the
makes
bad
his way
guys,
through.
the quote-unquote bad guys,
Yeah.
all figure out that Vash the Stampede is coming, and they're like, oh no, good thing we've holed up in this communications room with only one way in and one way out. He can't get us.
Yep. And our puppet boy is all like, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're cool. You guys...
Keep your head on a swivel, just like me.
Listen, all you gotta do... Oh, and no one knows he's a puppet guy,
Yeah.
obviously. He's
That's
not.
the twist at the end. So he's telling them all, as soon as you hear that guy coming, just blast him through the one doorway.
Yep.
Vash comes down, he's singing a very tortured song about like, ooh, I'm the evil Vash the Stampede, I'm gonna kill them all, la 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 la, genocide.
And immediately after finishing it, the puppet guy is like, it's just a bluff.
Yeah.
And Vash goes,
and also, that song sucked.
yeah.
Total slaughter. Total slaughter. I won't leave a single man alive. La-di-da-di-di. Genocide. La-di-da-di-dud. An ocean of blood. Let's begin the killing time.
But during that, one of the like less cool-headed bandits stumbles backwards and hits a communication console.
That's
and
right.
all of the vocals of the remainder of the encounter is broadcast over the like tannoys to everyone in the ship and outside.
Yeah.
So they all hear Vash singing about genocide.
And then
they all hear people crying about whether people are going to get shot or not.
Yeah. Everyone's here for drama and they're going to get it.
That's right.
So then, after being like, it's just a bluff, he's not going to kill us, Vash is like, ah, shit, it didn't work.
Yep.
And then a guy runs to the door, takes a rocket, and shoots it towards
That's
Vash.
right. Vash does the exact same maneuver that Merrill did. He kicks something. He kicks the rocket, it goes wild, and becomes irrelevant to the plot.
And then he bashes everyone down,
Yep.
almost effortlessly.
He does his nothing personal kid teleports and pistol whips them all into submission.
Yep. One of the bandits is like, hey, guy, we gotta get... Oh, the Puppet Master guy's gone. Oh, that's weird that he's gone. And then Vash knocks him out.
Yep. And then, so there's one guy left, the sort of main non-puppet hostage taker, green shirt, bulky frame.
Old face.
Yeah, his daughter who was killed, which is the reason they have escalated this so much. They want to kill Slater Freeze, who is the one hostage they have remaining.
Yep.
And basically, the climax of the episode plays out with Vash repeatedly begging this guy not to kill because that's bad, that changes you, man. This guy being like, he killed my daughter, he needs to suffer what he did for her. The guy on the ground being like, no, please don't kill me. And him going, is that how my daughter begs you? And this repeats sort of 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
At one point, he's punching Vash in the face repeatedly in frustration.
Yeah,
don't try and stop me, he killed my daughter.
Vash basically tries to physically stop him, but then because he can't, like...
You can't just shoot him.
Yeah, you can't
'cause
just
he's
knock him
Vash.
out.
I mean, he did to everyone else.
Yeah, so he's like, please don't do this. But he gets beat up trying to take, shall we say, the punishment for the other guy.
I mean, you can just say that normal style. You
Oh,
don't need to
he's
do it
trying
like
to
that.
he's trying to pull a Jesus,
Yeah.
and he's trying to, like, you know, take on the sin of whatever. But then he gets pushed back, and he's like, please don't pull that trigger.
And Wolfwood is outside smoking, being like,
Well, it's
poor
inevitable.
Vash the Stampede.
Yeah, he's like, it's inevitable. He's gonna kill him. You can't change human nature. And then what should happen? But this poor man can't actually kill him.
And, you know, we're doing cycles of violence. We're doing, you know,
Intergenerational murder.
revenge sending you down a dark path. Like, can you do this horrible thing even though someone says something horrible to you?
Yep. And then Millie and Merrill are watching from the doorway being like, oh, hey, Vash.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this guy is like, I can't do it. I can't kill him.
And then we get many references to the cavalry, which were first mentioned last episode as having found the abandoned town.
Yeah. Now, I don't think there is an institution called the cavalry.
I think it's just like the local militia,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
But there were several references in quick succession. It almost feels like it's being built up as like the military force,
I'm going to tell you right now, it's nothing. Don't
or at
worry
least
about it.
not in a way that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
But we understand that there is, you know,
There's some cavalry.
Maybe unlike some of the other areas of the world we've seen, there is like a peacekeeping inter-town force here.
Yeah.
That might show up if, for instance, Lord Humongous showed up and tried to blow up everyone who was leaving your town.
Who does exist, but he has been pacified by Vash once. What happens if he breaks out of prison a second time and tries to take us over again? Those damn Nebraskas.
Okay.
Yep. You know, the big guy who was all like, boo.
Yeah. I was talking about our various bandit
Monev.
lords.
Bandit lords.
Episode 1, last episode. And after the situation is diffused, there's a quick foreshadow next time on as the Puppet Master is like, Master Legato, I shall destroy them all for you.
He's in an undisclosed location, holding a red ball with strings coming out of it. The puppet guy...
Like the very spaghetti they were eating.
The puppet guy unpuppets himself into a suitcase for Leonov to take with him.
That's right, the cowboy puppet guy.
Yeah, the cowboy puppet guy who was the lead bandit that made his way out of a window at the last moment. Mm-hmm. And then we go to the next episode.
So Vash has, as we alluded to, Vash has gone and left the girls behind. He's gone out into the typhoon.
Yep.
And he's standing on the edge of a cliff.
Well, you may have forgotten. The first thing that happens, we get young Vash.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about this.
Recently, in the past, the ship has crash landed, so the escape pod has crashed.
It's like 100 years ago.
Yep, 130 years ago, we get little Vash lying on the ground, and he's all like, Knives. And Knives is like, oh, hi, Vash.
Do you want to kill all humans? I'm basically the Joker now.
Yeah, so Vash is like, why did you do it? Why? You're gonna kill everyone. And he's just like, yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah, I hate all humans.
I've
stopped even trying to be subtle.
Yeah, so his whole worldview is yet again painted out as, I hate everyone, don't you dare compare me to humans. They're below us because we're plants, we're beautiful.
We're two beautiful space babies.
Yep.
And they're just creatures of the earth.
Yeah, they are the meager, unspiritual sycophants, peasants.
You're just saying words.
Yeah. But they're just like, they're dirt beneath my boot. I'm going to kill them all one day.
And he once again remembers Rem telling him to take care of Knives. And he's like, yeah, I got to kill my brother.
And then he looks at his watch and we hear the voice of Max Simon being like, at exactly 1:22, the gust will go upwards from Jacqueline, the typhoon.
Jacqueline's anchor should pass near the craggy bluff, blowing to the southeast at exactly 1:22 p.m.
I'm counting on you, old chum.
Yeah, if you're wrong about this, you crazy old geezer, I'll haunt you to the grave!
And Vash is like, all right, I hope you're right about this, old man.
He throws himself off the cliff, screaming. He's like, if you're wrong, I'm going to haunt you so hard. A gust of wind catches him and smashes him into like a sort of flying drone, weather balloon.
Little platformy kind of thing. Yeah.
He's hanging on. We are seeing, he's wearing his...
Eric's outfit?
Eric's shirt and pants from the last two episodes, because where do you get new clothes from in the desert?
Exactly.
And I appreciate that, given he's got his bare hand. Mm-hmm. Strange that we are not seeing his blatantly prosthetic robot hand. Don't know what happened to that. But we are seeing big scars on his exposed flesh like we never have before.
Yep.
It's just a nice level of detail.
Yeah.
He smashes into this floating platform and it's like, oh, I'm so scared. That was so scary.
My heart's going crazy right now.
Yep.
And then we hear a voice.
Yeah, and I love the way Vash's face falls when it turns into big, like, flat-eyed cartoon, oh, this guy face. As we hear Wolfwood's voice being like, man, I thought you were killing yourself.
And he's like, suicide? No, I disapprove of that more than... Wait, hold on
goes
a
against
second.
my Christian ethics.
Yeah. And then he looks over the edge, and who should be there but Wolfwood?
Wolfwood is clinging to the side of this thing. He also has a huge red bump on his head because he also hit his head on it, which is just a nice little detail.
Oh, we love it so much. And then he hops up, and Vash is like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah. Vash says he's visiting his folks.
And Wolfwood's like, where do they live? A big flying ship in the sky that's some kind of old lost technology that only you know about?
And then
that's crazy.
Past the cloud layer, and there's a Laputa, the castle in the sky there.
Yep, there's a big old seeds colony ship.
Yep.
Some lost technology from like 130 years ago that only Vash knows about.
Yep. And Vash says, I think you'll be their first house guest in 20 years. And sinister robot puppet birds are looking on. And we cut to Leonov, telepathic puppet communing with Legato, being like, Mr. Legato, Vash the Stampede is going to the spaceship. And also, a mysterious minister clad in black is there. Could he be Chapel the... No, don't worry talking about him.
Chapel the what?
Chapel the Wolfwood?
Chapel the...
And, you know, basically confirmation of Wolfwood having some alternate sinister identity.
But who could it be,
which
Liam?
I assume he has forsaken, but we'll find out, I guess.
But who could it be?
One of the gung-ho guns.
You sure?
Well, I mean, that's the context from the introducing all the gung-ho guns scene where Chapel was first mentioned.
That's fair. That's fair.
The world's subtlest plot twist. There's an unknown character named Chapel and a minister character with a mysterious backstory.
What happens if it's not Wolfwood?
Yeah, what if it's his Knives' evil twin?
What if? What was I going to say?
I mean, that would, create... That would be great, because then we've got the twinning of Knives and Vash, the twinning of Eric's and the girl and Millie and Merrill, and then the twinning of Wolfwood and this chapel
random
figure.
guy, yeah.
Or alternatively, we might be able to get there with Wolfwood and Legato, depending on how they all shape
Yeah.
out.
Okay, I like that.
Duplicates.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
doubling parallels like that, doppelgangers, etc. It's always such like a basic and blatant form of metaphor or symbolism, but it always just hits really well for me. I always really like it. That's why I like Alan Wake 2 so much.
Liam, if there's one thing I know about you, it's that you like taking, let's say, I don't know, some kind of board, right?
Yeah.
Be it cork, white, vision, detective, you just like a board, and you like taking a dot, taking a second dot, and you like having something that not just connects the region
like a
between
big
them.
sort of strand
Yeah.
of red spaghetti.
Exactly. You like seeing the big red line, and then
Line
another
go up.
one, and then another one, and
Line
it all
go up
make-
and connect pieces of evidence.
Exactly.
What are you driving towards?
What do you think Chapel's last title name?
Roan.
Chapel the Roan.
Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan.
I love a mirror match.
Uh-huh.
I love Dante and Nero. I love Link and Dark Link.
Yep.
I love Alan Wake and Mr. Scratch.
Naturally.
What else? What else we got? We got
You like the director and the director in Control, because the director was about control, but the director is about giving people control.
okay.
You like... Hang on, wait, I've got this. You like the penguin from, not Chicken Run, Wallace and Gromit, and Gromit.
It's not the same. That's
You
different.
like the big robot dog from Wallace and Gromit, and Gromit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're both...
I like the cooker from Wallace and Gromit.
Oh,
I
God.
like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
What about what's her name? The lady who's like, I don't like cheese, or I don't like Wensleydale, and then
Look, we should get back into it.
into Wallace and Gromit. You know, I'm always ready to get into Wallace and Gromit. You know that about me. I actually can't remember any Wallace and Gromit, but
Look, I just feel like
it's just a good device.
No, I'm getting back to the episode now.
I'm talking about the mirrors.
I feel like introducing Legato, having basically nothing done with him,
Yeah.
then immediately introducing Knives as his master,
Yep.
just really undercuts Legato as a big deal that we should care about.
So it's kind of funny because, like, in the manga, it's always like, Legato. But you know Knives is there
Yeah.
as well, but it really fixates,
But,
just like this,
I mean,
on Legato being the bad
If we
guy.
had another 50 episodes, I wouldn't
Yeah.
care so much. But given we've got 6,
Yeah.
like, I just don't feel like they're going to be able to do both of these characters justice in terms of both being a big deal. Like, Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
Coming back to Sailor Moon, which we all talk about and love.
of course. It's the Utena which came...
One of the things
Yeah.
that happens in the Sailor Moon manga, as I understand it, because I haven't read it,
Yeah.
is that basically all of the villainous characters of the major arcs, the main villains of the major arcs, are empowered by the same, like, nebulous darkness
Right.
entity,
Yeah.
which takes on different manifestations, blah, blah, blah. It all comes back to the same source, ultimately, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have time to do each of those major arcs justice and explore each of those characters, that works. But if you're introducing Knives and Legato at basically the same time, what is the point of having all of these people being like, Master Legato, what shall we do? When in the same time they have to have Legato being like, my master's plans are proceeding as pace. You can cut
Well,
out the middleman.
Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, Knives isn't the gung-ho guns. Legato's the gung-ho
I
guns.
understand that.
Yeah.
but
So that's... I think maybe he just...
in an economy of storytelling context, given we have such little time left,
Yeah.
we don't need Legato at all.
Well, we're getting a few more gung-ho guns as well, so we'll get to Legato. But also, I feel like we're going to get to the end of the Legato arc and you'll be like,
That was the last episode of Trigun.
no.
That was the second last episode of Trigun.
I don't want to say anything anymore. But basically, like, you get to the end and you're like, so that's the reason for Legato. But also, I don't want to spoil anything, but without spoiling too much, I genuinely sometimes wonder, like, why Knives? Like, why Knives? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. They serve different purposes in terms of philosophical viewpoints, but we'll...
So the crew of this ship,
Yes.
there's a bunch of miscellaneous townsfolk. They're the vault dwellers from Fallout. They fear the dangerous world outside their little
coven of...
safety.
Their little harem of...
No.
Their little cage of blackness. They're idiots. Beautiful, sweet, innocent idiots. They don't know anything about the outside world. They're happy? They're normal.
And there are three significant characters. There's the old man, the doctor, who is a bald old man, real ancient monk character design.
Yep. He's a calm guy. He's met Vash before.
But he's not afraid to be cheeky.
Yeah.
There's a big guy, Brad, who is basically the jerk from the flashback episode, but less rapey.
Yeah, I see it now.
In terms of like design and like role in the story.
Yep. He doesn't get frozen.
He's there to mistrust Vash.
And he's also like, I want my beautiful young girlfriend.
And there's a girl who looks about 12, but is apparently around the same age as Brad.
Yeah, like 25, 26-ish.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Vash hasn't been here for like 20 years, so Brad and Jessica were both small children when he was last here. And Jessica's like had this crush on him ever since, and Brad loves Jessica, so resents Vash because of that.
Yeah. But also he just hates outsiders.
Yeah. And they're all wary of outsiders, and Wolfwood basically spends the episode standing in a hallway with the locals throwing rocks at him, being like, "You'll bring only death and destruction to our safe community."
Well, the thing is, they would be rocks had they ever been outside, but they haven't, so they're just crumpled up balls of paper.
Oh, sure, whatever.
Yeah. They're that weak that they can't even lift a rock.
A kid throws like a handful of grit at him. He blocks it with his cross. And his mum comes over and is like, "Hey, I'm so sorry for that, but he is right. You should leave, dirty foreigner."
Get out of here, mister!
I'm so sorry, but
It's
he's
cool.
right. I hate to say it, but I feel the same way he does. I'm begging you for the good of all of us, please leave this place.
Why, so you can all just carry on with your perfect, cozy little sheltered lives? You need to realize your plants are not inexhaustible. They could very easily break down someday. You can't cling on to them forever. This technology has a finite lifespan.
What are you telling us? You have no idea how hard it is to maintain these systems. We're not planning on anything shutting down for a long time now.
And anything's better than living out there.
I've heard that people's lives are meaningless to you, so why should we listen to anything you have to say?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, literally everyone there is like, yeah, I don't like where this is going. And Wolfwood basically is like, you guys are too sheltered, okay? That plant that's keeping you up here is not going to last forever.
Wolfwood is saying, inevitably, this machinery will die. You will have to make your peace with joining the lower world eventually, and it's harsh down there, so you've got to learn how to survive.
And they're all like, shut up!
Yeah, pretty much.
Vash has a nice little chat with the old guy. The doctor. And Brad is like, I don't like you, Vash. I don't like you at all. And Vash is like...
much.
Yeah, Vash is like, why not? Everything's fine.
The old man is like, he doesn't like you because he doesn't trust outsiders, but also he's in love with that girl. Ha 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 ha. What a loser.
Vash is like, Brad, you got to trust me on this, man. And he's all like, fine, I guess I'll trust you because the old man trusts you.
And there's a cool shot of all the evil puppet birds that have been following them landing on the top of the ship and then disassembling themselves so they can fall through the vents into the ship itself.
And then reforming inside the vents into angry, evil hands.
Yes, and same cowboy guy as before.
And they grab the vents, but we don't see anything yet.
Yeah. Wolfwood hears some screaming from within a room. He can't operate the high-tech futuristic door, so instead he breaks it open with his cross.
The subs are so good because they're like, why would you make a door that it can't be opened?
And he finds some dead bodies in there. Classic misunderstanding situation. He's crouching over them, and a bunch of townsfolk are like, "You did it!"
And he was like,
"You did it!"
And he was like, no, it was like that when I got here. And they're like, the fuck? Why would you use that as an excuse? It was you.
Brad comes in, points a gun at him, like, "I'm gonna kill you, outsider." "I didn't do it. You've got to trust me," echoes to what Vash just asked him. Then everyone behind Brad is dead because evil puppets are here, and they've got the girl hostage.
Not Jessica. Oh, the other key thing. Vash gets a new arm.
Yeah, he gets
and has
high-tech robot prosthetic with, like, organic muscle fibers.
And a whole lot of gun. But he also got invited to have dinner with Jessica. And Jessica, while making dinner, is like, look at me, I'm so in love, I'm so naive.
Yeah, and they get there and she's gone, and there's a gift that she was going to give him with like the word like kill covered in blood, written in blood on it.
Oh no, something's happened to her.
He's not they're not subtle.
The gung-ho guns. I don't think Yasuhiro Naito understands the meaning of the word subtle. Like, every time I've seen anything that he's, like, designed, I'm like, damn, that's like 3 levels more extra than we needed, and I'm absolutely here for it. So, basically, skip forward, Jessica's been taken hostage.
Wolfwood has shot a couple of puppets by this point, but then Brad presses his gun to the back of Wolfwood's head because Jessica is hostage, and basically he's being told, you've got to kill this guy or we're going to kill the girl. But Wolfwood has faith in his lord and in Vash the Stampede.
Well, before that, Wolfwood is also like, actually, I've got a great idea.
Yeah.
There's another way out of this scenario, which is that we ignore Jessica, let her die, and we just shoot through her to kill the puppets.
But
he's
got faith in a guy who whines and cries until he finds a way to save everyone. And then, you know, he speaks along that for a little while longer, along those lines. I'll put the clip in.
Clearly stalling for time.
Yes.
You pacifistic fool, don't you realize this is a trap?
I know what it is.
Then lower your piece.
I can't. I just don't see any way out of this damn situation!
There is another way. If we simply ignore the girl's plight, we'll definitely make it through.
Huh? What did you say?
I think that's the best option at this point in time. It's the only logical way any of us will survive against them.
No,
right?
you can't!
However, I do know of a guy who whines, cries, and throws tantrums, and he somehow manages to find a way to save everyone. He's a crazy man who's not afraid of anything. Even though he's been scarred from head to toe, he'll always be there.
But also expressing, you know,
slight, tiny admiration.
Trust in Vash the Stampede after everything he's seen him go through.
Respect.
He understands the philosophy of the man who wants to save the butterfly and the spider.
You have to find a way.
Yeah. And 2 shots ring out from the rear distance.
The puppet's head.
Pinpoint accuracy. Jessica is unharmed. The hostage puppet is destroyed.
Wolfwood turns around and is all like, it took you long enough to get here.
And Vash, you know, cool hero shot. We're seeing flashes of him reloading his gun, the shells falling to the floor. He's got new glasses. His red coat is back. Vash the Stampede has fully reasserted himself as Vash the Stampede. And there's a long conversation about the symbolism of the red geranium we talked about last time, which of course matches the colour of his coat.
Because he's a big flower.
It symbolises determination, even though it wasn't on that website I read last time.
That's not what the red geranium means. Rem's just trying her best. She can't get everything right.
And of course, this being Trigun, you have to undercut the cool moment. Vash is walking up, all tall and cool, and the girl immediately, like, to use some outdated parlance, glomps him.
Oh, God.
Throws herself bodily against him, smashes him to the floor. He's screaming.
And he's all like, this is okay, Jessica, you don't have to hug me.
And Brad's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Vash the Stampede.
And Vash immediately is like, it's fine, don't worry, you can get off me now, Jessica. Yep. And then we hear, so, cool thing about this, you wouldn't have gotten this because we just watched it on your TV. And you have like one speaker on a TV, it's fine.
Oh, dynamic sound.
Yeah, so what...
You have one speaker on your TV, it's fine.
It's fine. Look, it'll do the job. So, the sound in this bit is actually not coming from the head. What it is that it's like going around.
Like it could be anywhere.
Exactly. So you just hear...
Who knows how many puppets are left.
Yeah, so you just hear like these echoing voices as Leonoff is like, well, Mr. Vash the Stampede, if it isn't your little shit gang that
I'll get you next time, Vash the Stampede. Yeah. And also next time is right now.
And Vash is like, what? What do you mean? It's like, well, there's actually 3 of us gung-ho guns aboard the ship. There's me and then 2 more.
Other freaks.
One of them is a really, really big guy.
Yeah, we see like the
shadowy figure.
No, what's the guy?
Juggernaut?
The Juggernaut, yeah. Juggernaut walking down a hallway. Another guy who looks like he's got some sort of digging apparatus.
That is a big spinning...
drill?
Bullet thing? Oh, no, I know the name of it.
Drill.
No. It's like a blunt drill.
It's like a drill.
Yeah, it's like a drill. No, there's a special name for it that they do bring up, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out.
Well, we'll find out.
And then the last shot of the episode is, of course, the girls out in the typhoon clinging to a piece of rubble.
Desperately.
Yep.
So, Liam,
Nicholas.
what do you think?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yep.
Yeah. Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to delve into it more soon, but maybe not yet.
Well, this is a biblical podcast, of course.
Of course. We're both endorsed and sponsored by the cloth, the church, the abbot, the...
And of course, the
big
abbot
guy.
owns the land. The peasants don't own the land that they farm on.
I am playing Pentiment right now, and Liam literally, when I started playing, just went, Nick, this game broke my mind.
It taught me so much about the lot in life of the humble peasant.
Because apparently the church owns the land, not the people.
Yeah.
Which means that they can't go to the forest to get the
Well, depending
fish.
on the circumstance, it could have been
Yeah.
the church or local aristocrat.
Yeah.
But the peasants can't even forage for nuts in the forest anymore because the abbot also owns the forest.
Can't fucking believe it. Anyway, Liam, highlights and lowlights for these apps.
Highlight.
I'm very curious.
Mm-hmm.
You got so many to choose from. You got Vash showing up in a red coat again. You got Vash handily begging for that guy not to kill that guy. You got Vash singing about genocide.
That's a contender for a low
You
light.
got
That was
Vash.
just a
weird bit.
It wasn't meant to be good because, like,
Yeah.
that's how everyone reacts to it. But just it wasn't a sonically good song.
You got Vash.
What's yours?
Mine would probably be...
I got mine.
Go on. Classic Liam on JoJo's
Yeah.
well behaviour.
Hey,
Nick, what's yours?
No, shut up.
Yeah.
Nick Wolfwood
Yep.
and
Nicky D.
Vash D Stampede
Yep.
riding the space drone up to the ship, breaking the cloud cover for the first time, seeing the suspended seed ship. I was not expecting that. That caught me by surprise. That was really cool. Because obviously, obviously that stuff had only been recently set up an episode or two ago,
Yep.
but it worked for me.
Yeah. We forgot to mention Vash when he's at the door. Wolfwood is tackling him on the ground.
Which door, sorry?
The first door that
the airlock.
Yeah, the
into
airlock
spaceship.
door. And he's like on the ground being like wrestled by Wolfwood. He's like,
Doing like a backbreaker.
Yeah, and he's like, I came all the way here with you, and now you're telling me I can't come in.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? And then he sees the doc. He's like, oh, hi, doc.
Yeah.
And then he starts screaming again as Wolfwood's like, hey, I'm
Wrestling,
talking
yeah.
here.
That's good stuff. That's good gear.
It's so good. I reckon my highlight is going to be Vash self-actualizing again and becoming Vash once more with the big red coat and stuff, because we love a big red coat and we love some leather straps.
We love Alucard Helsing.
Yep. And then he does all the cool stuff and then is immediately like, as he gets glomped by Jessica.
He's not allowed to just be a cool guy. The
Yep.
show doesn't work if he's just a cool guy.
Exactly. It's like the perfect mini, like, the mini...
Encapsulation.
an encapsulation of the show.
Synecdoche.
Is that what synecdoche is? Anyway. So it's just like that one bit, you're like, yep, that's why I'm watching.
My lowlight is there is this awkward thing going on between episodes. And I don't know if this is a result of reordering things between manga and anime,
Yeah.
or if it's just the way the story goes, or if it's meant to represent...
Low funding by the studio.
No, not what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Conflicting character motivations or things like that. But the way characters are just kind of coming in and coming out of the show haphazardly, it seems like there's a reason for that is production based, but I can't quite put my finger on it yet. So like at the end of the first episode today, they're all sitting on like a ridge looking over the town, and Wolfwood, having, just heard Vash crying and begging for people not to die, says, well, I'm leaving, goodbye, walks away. After, obviously after having come in last episode to bring Vash back to do this job.
Yeah.
And then the very next episode, he's back, having followed Vash again anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand what is going on there.
Yeah. It could be something as simple as, hey, we already animated all this stuff. During the editing, we realized that we have to push something out. We're not ready to push it out yet.
Or it could be the
something,
character
or-
having either hidden
Yeah.
or conflicting thoughts, but I just don't feel like I'm getting a strong read of what that is.
Yeah. Maybe he's not
telling us everything about him.
Wink.
Maybe those orphans that he looks after so much are the gung-ho guns.
Wink. Maybe he doesn't have any orphans at all.
Whoa.
Wink.
What does he do with the money?
maybe he
Is an orphan.
Not where I was going with that. I was going to say maybe he's rich, but But then why would he take donations from?
We've got to think
his
a lot
confession
about
masks?
Wolfwood hiding his eyes in this show.
He does like to
Wear his sunglasses.
Yeah, what does that represent?
What's your lowlight?
My lowlight is the singing of the genocide song. It's just sort of like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah, and to clarify for people who don't watch the show, like we're not saying like, oh, he shouldn't be singing a song about genocide. That's immoral for the show to do that. It's just the song itself is, and it's meant to be this.
It's a bit lackluster.
Vash himself is being very half-hearted about it. I suspect it's possible. No, I'll walk that back. I was going to say it could be like trying to translate a meter and rhyming thing, but no, it's not that.
Because there's not even
he's not even trying that hard.
Yeah. It's just sort of like, it's just a song about genocide that is then immediately undercut
I'm Vash the Stampede, la la la, I'm gonna kill you all, do.
Yeah, but it's like, it's all for naught because it's undercut by one line of, he's just bluffing, and then one of them goes to kill him anyway.
And it was just quite prolonged as well.
Yeah, it's like a full 4-bar song. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which is fine. But Liam, more importantly than that, we've established that this show is Christian. You have now seen the flying ship in the sky.
That's right.
Which can only represent heaven.
Or the Rapture.
Or the Rapture.
Or a Fallout Vault.
Or a Fallout Vault. We have also been introduced to Rem, and we now know what Vash really is, which is...
Space Baby.
Which is Space Baby Rem B.
A robot clone of a ghost.
Exactly. Now, I want to ask you, because of course you must have opinions. Yeah,
He is a robot clone of a ghost, because he's a robot clone, because they found him in the space lab.
Not a robot, but go on.
Bioorganic robot. It's
okay.
Fine. Okay. Robot clone.
Bioorganic robot's just a person, isn't it?
Yeah, but a robot is a slave.
Interesting. Interesting take. Okay.
And the clone of a ghost that he is Rem.
But he's not a clone.
No, but he's cloned her ideology into himself.
Because we're all clones of the system.
We're all clones of our parents mixed together.
We're all children. I don't like that.
Robot clone of a ghost.
Yep.
Getting that tattooed across my shoulder blades.
You're just going to whip off Yakuza style your shirt, and it's just going to say robot clone of a ghost, and then underneath will be a big fish, I want to say. But it's a robot fish with one laser eye.
That's right.
It's a laser
like
eye
Kano.
shark. Yeah. Anyway, what do you think's going to happen next time on the episodes entitled Out of Time and Alternative?
Okay, so out of time.
Yep.
We are obviously picking up where we left off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3.5 gung-ho guns on the spaceship.
Yeah.
We've got Juggernaut guy, Drill guy, the puppets of Leonov the Puppet Master, and
what do you
Nicholas
reckon,
D. Wolfwood.
What do you reckon the big guy's going to be called? Like, what's his
we
title?
got all their names is the problem. I just can't remember.
Yeah, what do you think it is?
It's fucking Frodo the Juggernaut. What do you want from me?
It's pretty close. It is not listed on the wiki. So, good stuff.
And Gorvlab the Drill.
Gorvlab the Drill, my favourite. What do you think's going to happen in terms of Wolfwood, specifically on this next episode, Out of Time?
Okay.
Because you think he's not all he's cracked up to be, but you also think his name is Chapel, for some reason.
Yeah, because of all this foreshadowing that's happening.
Okay, alright, sure.
So Wolfwood, we're going to get the reveal from Leonov via his puppets to Vash of whatever Wolfwood's whole deal is.
Yeah.
And that's going to initially sow distrust and conflict between the two.
As you do.
Wolfwood, having been owned and exposed, owned and exposed on the spaceship, he will have to make his choice about whether he stands for Vash's philosophy and Christian rightness, or whatever his other skeezy priest desires are.
Okay,
and he will ultimately make the right choice.
Okay.
Well, hang on. What was the second episode called?
Alternative.
Okay, so maybe that will string into the second episode as he considers the alternatives.
The alternative or the alternatives?
I don't care.
Okay. What do you think's going to happen with Vash next episode?
Vash is going to save the people, but in doing so, doom the spaceship, just like Wolfwood prophesized.
Interesting. Okay.
They can't live up there forever.
It's true, they can't live up.
There was also an illusion, we kind of skimmed over that, illusion to many more people in cryostasis there.
Yeah, I guess? My read is that they're all just living there now. None of them are in cryostasis anymore.
There was some line about frozen...
Was there?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to pull classic Liam. You sound crazy right
No,
now.
no, my
That's
petard!
right. I've learned.
I've been exploded by my own bomb.
Oh, Liam.
Anything new happen while I was away? Not really. They're still sleeping in suspended animation.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, there's still some suspended animated people. All right.
They've been sort of raptured away from the chaos down below. Chaos.
Chaos.
And then they'll ascend to heaven as the raptured people
when
do.
they go back to space.
Exactly. When they fix the ship.
Yeah, which will never happen.
Yeah. But for now, we're left behind. Alternative. What do you think?
That was really good, Nick. I really enjoyed that.
What do you think? What do you think's going to happen in Alternative?
Look, I think whether or not it's a continuation of the same conflict or not,
Yep.
this will be the Wolfwood resolution one way or the other. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
Okay. All right. I'm going to
He's a good guy. And also Meryl and Millie will help him realise that.
Who do you think
Meryl.
of the Gung Ho Guns are going to show up in this episode?
In Alternative.
Yep.
So we're getting more.
Well, it's an episode by episode basis.
Polnareff the Horn Freak.
The sax guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Diamond Eyes Longshot, or whatever his name was.
Oh, with the massive sniper rifle? Okay, interesting.
And who's left?
Oh, let me go find their names.
No, we're going too long for this.
Anyway.
And the big arm guy.
The big arm
There was a big puncher guy.
Big punch.
Unless that's the Juggernaut.
It could be the Juggernaut.
But there was a guy whose big arm came out of the ground in the killing.
Oh,
of the bandits.
I think that was the Juggernaut, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that was just a big arm. Yeah. Yeah, nice. All right.
Friday will come back and he'll be like, "You killed me, Wolfwood."
And now I have to exact
Wolfwood will have to do the Metal Gear Solid 3 walk through the Ghost River sequence where he grapples with all the harm he's done, all the sin he's committed.
Oh.
And then he'll be baptized anew as a nasty little freak who hangs out with Vash the Stampede.
Yeah. He's Chapel the Sorrow.
That's right.
But do you have any theories? Because obviously all of our lads so far, the Gung Ho Guns, have all been sick little freaks.
Yeah.
And they've all had some kind of power or something.
Yeah.
So like Cyclops had the hypnotism, Monev had like the guns and like 20 years imprisonment where he was just trained was jacked and he was Venom. We've had Puppet Master.
We've had a normal samurai.
We've had normal, quote unquote, normal samurai. We've had a guy who,
with too many gimmicks.
We've had Voldo.
Yep.
And soon we'll have Big Drill Guy and Giant Juggernaut.
Yeah.
If you're saying...
I mean, the cross is obviously the gimmick.
But is there anything else? Like any kind of supernatural bullshit?
We're going to have supernatural stuff in this show.
The Puppet Master Man. How's that not
Oh,
supernatural?
who can tell?
Who knows?
He's got a stand. He got shot by the stand arrow.
The stand arrow called Judaism.
I don't know if we want to...
No, let's maybe not. Known as Christian. I don't know. Anyway, there's something there.
I mean, I don't know. What?
I don't know.
He's got his cross. There's theoretically still one compartment yet to be opened in that.
That is
Depending
true.
on if that's just a base or not.
What do you think is in there?
A big nuke.
A big nuke?
Yeah.
How big
Surface
is the
to air nuke missile launcher.
So he just puts it down and it's just boop.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you think we're going to see it next episode?
No. I think we'll never see it.
You know, Liam, that might be your best prediction yet.
But it will be there, and it does inform his psychology.
Of course, of course.
Deterrence.
Yeah, it's like, listen, there's always an alternative. The final alternative.
Yeah. And to use it,
Yeah.
he's got to turn the cross upside down, forming a potent symbol of evil.
Oh, and then he begins... What's the fucking...
Devil Wolfwood. He pulls his devil trigger.
That's his middle name!
Nicholas Devil Wolfwood.
It all makes sense now.
That's right. Cool.
Well, that's that.
Okay, well, we're going to see all of that and more next time on JoJo's World.
But until then,
To be continued.